Hi, my name is Elijah. This is going to be a first video in a series of videos dedicated to finding practical or information of practical value using the Freedom of Information Act. Today's video is going to focus mainly on the Central Intelligence Agency's website. Um, it's kind of done in the same manner that it just been, it doesn't matter. But anyways, so I'm just going to kind of like scroll through everything and give you the gist of it. If you want, you might want to pause and read the documents as I go along, friggin' it, or you can take screenshots like I did. So this is Central Intelligence Agency website. Looking up garlic, right? So we're going to look up this first document, and this is just the process of going through clicking on it, finding the document, unloading it. This document right here was done. This is a test that was done using a paratyphoid vaccine, which supposedly does not exist, and using garlic along with it to 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 fight paratyphoid. And you can see this is just the different things that are different kinds of phytonicides so phytonicides are chemicals that are produced by a plant that they use for their natural defenses to fight off fungus, bacteria, and other animals and stuff like that. So this guy's using them to fight off bacterial infections and paratyphoid and dysentery. So it did. This is a first page. I'm going to go ahead and just leave them on a little bit so you can read them and maybe tell you about them. So this he injected these rabbits with a 5% solution of this stuff, and along with the paratyphoid vaccine. Now, what's interesting about that paratyphoid vaccine, according to Wikipedia, does not exist, which I got a screenshot of that later on. So they used a 5% solution. This is the outcome of the study. So I'll leave that for a second. Go ahead and read that. This is just used with garlic, horseradish, and onions. He found out that the garlic was the most effective. Onion was least effective, but they were all effective. Um, this is just a definition of what a phytonicide is. Go ahead and pause it and read it, or take a screenshot. This is Guy Token. He died in 1984, September 16th, 1984. He was born in July 1900s, and he died in Leningrad. He's famous for his work with phytonicides, and this is just a list of the different plants that have them, but they're in all plants really. Right here you can see on the bottom, or near the bottom, that they are widely used in Russian, Ukraine, Korean, Chinese, and Japanese medicine, as well as in holistic medicine, aromatherapy, and veterinary medicine. But in the United States, it's not used in mainstream medicine, so you can only get it in holistic medicine. And good luck if you can get the right way, because there's all kinds of it. You have to use all these plants raw. You can't cook them or anything like that. Otherwise, you will not get the medicinal qualities of them. This is just telling you what agglutinins are. They're kind of like uh, they cause uh, your they attach themselves to white blood cells, the good kind, and then the agglutinin attaches itself to antigens, and then they kind of sweep through your body and collect and kill bacteria. However, if they attach to there's a bad kind that can make you. Here's the definition of those. So the number one is the good kind. Number two is the bad kind. Go ahead and read that. It's the good kind attack bacteria and complement your body's natural immune system. The bad kind are produced when you give like the wrong blood to somebody, the wrong blood type, and it causes blood clots and everything. It's like really bad. Lucky if you live through that. This is just the second document we're going to look over. Same website. See this is a publication date June 16th, 1950. This one is down in Moscow. It's a weekly newspaper, so everybody in Russia or in the Soviet Union probably had access to this. I don't know how things were during the Cold War. So you can see right here, Token gets the prize for his work on photoncides. So right here, this is the presence of penicillin in certain types of plant is only an individual instance of general occurrence of protected substances throughout the plant kingdom. So it gives a list: blackcurrant, orange, tangerine, lemon, birch. A lot of you can see those, so you can read that if you want. But they all have bacterial or bactericidal right there at the top, protistocidal, and fungicidal properties. So all those have it. Now, protistocidal, like I don't know if it's done on purpose, but you can't even find a definition for that word. Like, not very easily anyways. So this is I'm just trying to show you the whole document. That's why I got pieces like that. So this one right here this shows you the different things that they're effective on. It says, so this is the bacterial properties of phytoncides are especially interesting. Thus, phytoncides from the roots of a plant, whatever that plant is a harmless to humans, kill dysentery bacilli of typhoid, fever, and bacilli paratyphosis A and B. So it's effective at typhoid A and B. And later on, you'll see I got a little picture of how many, or a screenshot of Wikipedia on how many people die of this, like, in so many years. It's like millions of people die every year from these things, and all they have to do is eat garlic, as you can see right here. Phytoncides of garlic within minutes or even seconds kills all these, well, diphtheria bacilli, cholera, staphylococci, streptococci, typhoid dysenteric group of microbes, tuberculosis, microorganisms producing tularemia. I'm not even sure what that is, but you see some of them gives you a list of animals like mosquitoes and stuff that they're effective against. You can read that. Right here, this paratyphoid fever shows you like how deadly it is. Often, that's just a small gist of it. Here's the better description of it. So, okay, let's see. Right somewhere around here, it says that there is no known vaccine for that. Oh yeah, right. Well, no vaccine is available specifically for paratyphoid. Now, right there in the middle, you can see what it says, but according to the CIA's website, there is. So, just scroll through that. So, is most common parts of the result, most cases due to blah blah. 2015 paratyphoid fever resulted in about 29,200 deaths, down from 62,000 deaths in 1990. That's crazy. And all they have to do is eat garlic. Let's see. This is treatments. Oh, this is just different treatments. Like, they obviously, I'm sure that they say that they have a hard time getting these vaccines to third world countries, but you know, don't tell them about garlic, huh? Okay, this one is onions antiseptic qualities. This is the next one we're going to go through. It was published in 1952, or not 1952, but also published in 1950. This was published in Bulgaria, 1950. So right here, this was, let me see, the thing of this was that onion juice was a known, right here, powerful germicidal properties. It says, Professor Token, the vapor of onion and garlic has much more powerful germicidal properties than penicillin or streptomycin. That's back in the 1950s, they know this. Especially, okay, right there you can read that it's it's been used. It says on the basis of their theories, onion juice has been used very successfully in the treatment of the common cold. Now, what kind of virus is the common cold? I think we're going through some of that right now. I'll give you a guess. So throat and eye infections and other infectious diseases, and then various forms of colitis, dysentery, all forms of dysentery. You can see right here some onion juice and infections, other infectious diseases. Hopefully you guys can hear me. This is my first video, so bear with me. So it's talking about how there's a group of people that were pretty poor and they didn't get sick very often. They didn't have very many different kinds of food, but onion was in their diet, so they didn't go through. They were spared the ill effects of some major epidemics. So you can read that. Took a screenshot. This was during World War II. This was happening. These are different guys that studied this. The onion is pretty effective too. But remember, onion was only the third most effective. Onion was the least effective of those three. So garlic is way more effective than onion. This one actually is. Oh wait, no, that's not this one. These are the different guys. Look, mind you that this is confidential. They knew about this stuff in 1950, but it's confidential. They didn't tell nobody about it. So these are different doctors that worked on it. Okay, now we are going to go to let's see, different treatments of dysentery. This one is just showing. This was in Moscow, Russia. So this one is just showing that the main thing on this is the treatment of dysentery, all kinds of dysentery. Every single dysentery bacilli is an effective treatment for it, and the cheap treatment for it was enemas that use garlic. So, like all sorts. So go ahead and take a screenshot or pause it. So let's see. It's a secret, mind you. Okay. It says right there, this method is cheap, simple, and painless. Garlic exerts a bacterial action on all species of dysentery bacilli. In 2,066 cases, the stool was restored to normal after 2 to 7 enemas. In no case did the patients excrete bacilli after being discharged. So 100% effective against bacilli dysentery. So right here, look at how many people die. 1.1 million deaths a year, with nearly all cases in the developing world, where they supposedly can't get antibiotics to treat this, but yet you could plant some garlic, according to those scientists and those CIA files. That's what you can do. 165 million cases a year. That's pretty crazy. So this is the first video. I hope that I can do more. I know this video isn't meant to entertain. I know there's no crazy cool pictures or nothing like that. This is purely informational. I hope YouTube doesn't take it off, but if you guys subscribe and like, I'll be more likely to make more. I'm gonna make more definitely, but the subscribe and like button is my motivation. So, all right, thank you.